out there in YouTube land, Rival here. Thanks for stopping by. As you can see, we've got something extremely special on the turntable for you this week, so we will dive right in. This is the limited edition ZT 999. Now it does come in another one of the limited edition fold-over magnetic boxes. It again comes with a certificate of authenticity. This is an in-house design though, so there's no secondary signatures or anything like that on it. And then inside, tucked away, is the ever so amazing ZT 999. So this was, it did win a Blade Show award. I think it was like American Made Knife of the Year, if I'm not mistaken. You've got a pretty amazing thing going on here. It is an extremely intricate and well executed design, in my opinion. It is definitely striking. I could definitely see it not being for everybody. There's a lot going on here. I think that it definitely shows off a lot of innovative engineering, and we'll talk about some of those options and some of the features that they put into it. But I could definitely see someone who's more into traditionals or more into practicality, this being a little bit too over the top. Lucky for them, it's limited edition. It's not necessarily made for those types of folks. It's made for people that are interested in seeing what can be done when you push the limits a little bit. So you've got a semi-integral frame, not fully integral because this top scale here, this top piece, is separate from this piece, but it is semi-integral in that the backspacer and the frame lock are all one full piece. You then have some carbon fiber overlays here, and then on the front, again, this front scale is what these are bolted into. This front scale bolts into the backspacer on the back. The backspacer's got a cutout for the flipper tab, which serves as both a blade stop in the closed position, or as an over travel stop, I guess you'd say, as well as a blade stop in the open position. You've got a window here. In the prototypes that you've seen for Blade Show, there was a logo in there. I wish it was still in there. Sadly, it's not, but still kind of just adding to that futuristic look and concept. The thing that I really appreciate about this design that I didn't really appreciate when I saw early on in some of the videos, and I'm trying to move it around so that you can see the different facets of the milling that they've got going on here. Very much a lot of 3D milling, and in that milling, I hope the lighting and angles are catching it, but you can see you've got a lot of this tooling path pinstriping going different directions, but meeting up exactly at the midway point, and then going laterally at the top here, and those facets, which kind of, well, I'm trying to focus you guys, hold on, there we go. So those facets kind of blend in with these carbon fiber facets to kind of give you this layered overlay look. It kind of looks like the carbon fiber is popping out of the showpiece and folding over on the front side. So I think that design is pretty damn cool. The pocket clip is a little bit different than the original prototype as well. I think in the original prototype it protruded from the backspacer and folded over. I like this fully milled clip a lot better. And if I can get some focus again here, you can see the intricate milling and the tool pathing, giving that almost like a feathered look. Not just a single pinstripe, but like a secondary as well. The depth and tooling is truly amazing as you see like the light kind of reflecting off all the different facets of those tool paths. One of the reasons I think that this design works really well, especially from the lock side, it doesn't take too much away. If they were to do a full integral frame, you'd have to cut in from the outside to get your lock bar cut out. Because they had an open front face, I believe this is a wire EDM cut, so it's much more thin and precise, and then it didn't really obstruct any of the tool pathing, again, that kind of marks and stripes, and then the top here going completely lateral, making for just an awesome 3D effect. And then the carbon fiber on the front, which wraps around the upper pivot, is kind of mirrored in titanium here on the lock side. And then again with this milled channel. Pretty damn sweet. You do have a hardened steel lock insert in the front. To go over some of the blade specs, it's what, a 4-inch blade, I believe. It's a 5.2 inch frame, CTS 204P over D2 tool steel. That is, well, sorry guys, getting all smudgy and stuff. Using their patented composite blade technology, so they've got a weld line brazed. If I can get the light to reflect right there, you go. You can see that weld line, that copper weld line. So you've got an extremely hard, extremely tough steel right here in the front. And then you've got this blade window with a carbon fiber insert that's outlined by more steel. In the prototype, it was solid carbon fiber. I think this design really helps give that carbon fiber something to bond to as far as an adhesive, and then also, you know, it's kind of press fit on there along that, so it gives you not only, it gives you that added strength for that inlay to hopefully stay in. When you look at like Microtex or something like that, they've got that big solid insert in there that's just glued into a pocket into the steel. So I think this is another innovative way of doing that. And then it allowed them to have the cutouts as well, because traditionally if you see it inlaid in a blade, it is just inlaid into the blade completely solid so that they can glue into that pocket. So pretty damn interesting. The action, it's got the KVT ball bearing system. It's got the custom pivots on there. It's got just your fantastic ZT action. It is smooth. You know, I haven't carried it much or worked it in much yet, but I'll tell you what, the overall weight and overall profile of this knife, it does sure as heck fit into a pocket well. Me in the wintertime especially, I carry in my carpenter jeans, so in the side pocket along the leg, and something like this is just perfect for dropping into that. So while I imagine there's not going to be a lot of folks that are going to EDC a knife like this, nor would I ever consider this an EDC type knife, it is entirely possible and plausible to carry this knife. It's not anywhere near as odd or obstructive as you might think if you were to look at it. The weight, hold on one second, came in at 6.5 ounces, or about 6.4 ounces. So again, I mean, you've got a 4-inch blade. That's going to kind of explain why it is a little on the heavy side. But nonetheless, it is by no means a brick. You've got a lot of cutouts and a lot of pockets in here that are meant to relieve the design a bit. I will make a call out because I'm sure some of you have noticed, especially if you are aficionados, that this particular 999 is a little bit different than some you may have already seen out in the wild as well, in that I've got the red lettering on the 0 tolerance and the red lettering on the 999. My understanding is that it is a low production number, though I don't know how many, as far as overall or as far as how many have the red, but they did switch early on in the production to a black, which is what most people ended up getting. I got the opportunity to purchase this in a lottery, so I am very appreciative of the opportunity that I got to get something even more unique. But nonetheless, I think the red sets it off pretty awesome. The black ones that I've seen, still pretty badass. Overall, I mean, the badassery level on this knife on the whole is extremely high. I do like the way the backspacer extends up through the entirety of the knife and then serves as that blade stop as well as the over travel stop in the closed position. It's got a strong detent though. I mean, it's not going anywhere by any means. The pocket clip, you know, in milled pocket clips you can get some that are extremely stiff or rigid. This is milled pretty thin in the neck, so you've got some good spring there. I have not had a problem in the times that I've dropped it in the pocket. The cutouts on the blade for the carbon fiber is done extremely well. The carbon fiber looks great, as well as the carbon fiber on the handle is chamfered all the way around. And again, the chamfering and the details, you know, the chamfering on the carbon fiber offsets the angles that are milled into the knife just so well. It just gives it that kind of futuristic techno kind of feel. I like that particular design aspect to it, though I've heard a lot of people say it's a little over the top, it's a little gaudy. I understand where that perspective comes in to play. I have the same feelings on more traditional styles We're all different like snowflakes, right? Oh, I'll give you a size comparison so that you can see how large it is. I would imagine that a lot of folks watching this are familiar with the ZT560. This is actually the carbon fiber composite blade version, but as you can see, it's got about a 1/2 inch overall, maybe a little bit more on that knife. And then a more commonly seen, especially these days, is the 5.62, which is a bit smaller than the 560 to begin with. And as you can see, whoop, you again have that difference there. But to give you an idea of the weight and the width as well, it is a bit wider. I realize that's in shadow, and I apologize. It is about, that much wider than the 5.62. But again, that is one of the design elements. I don't think, and don't think for a second that any part of this knife wasn't heavily thought of, considered. And sorry about that, technical difficulties there. We were just discussing the fact that each aspect of this knife has been thought about, engineered a specific way to get this overall look, and again, something that I am highly appreciative of. When it comes down to it, all the aspects of this knife, when you take away just some of the overlays and the inserts and the windows and all that, what you've got is a 3-piece construction knife. You've got the blade, you've got the semi-integral handle, and then you've got that front scale that keep everything together. Very minimalist overall. It doesn't have a bunch of springs and things that need to be adjusted or tweaked on the lock face. It's a standard integral frame lock, Reeve style integral frame lock. It is although kind of advanced in look, the 3D milling, the CNC that goes into making this particular knife, it is at its core a very simplistic piece of machinery, or tool, I should say, machining. So again, I've been gushing for like 11 minutes or so. I apologize for going overboard. I hope I covered most aspects of the knife that you're interested in. It is something that I am truly appreciative to have in the collection, and is an amazing overall piece. It's definitely a showstopper. Anytime I've taken it somewhere or shown it off, which I have, a few times already, I definitely get some looks and some wows and some holy shits. When you get down to it. Yeah, if you have the opportunity to lay your hands on one of these things, absolutely do it. Better yet, if you have the opportunity to purchase one of these things, I absolutely would. Though the secondary market right now, as they tend to do sometimes after some of the ZT limited offerings, the aftermarket has gone a little hog wild for this particular model. I think I've seen them upwards in the 2K range, though that's the Bay, and you never really can trust the Bay. It'll be interesting to see what these things do over time, if they become kind of elusive and legendary like the 888s or the 777s. To go along with the namesake. I mean, they were definitely looking to create a legacy piece. Personally, I think it's absolutely something that could fit into that legacy. There is only a very limited number of these, and especially a limited number of these. Nobody knows what the full production number was, but with a few changes from the prototype that they showed at Blade to this end product, it's reasonable to assume that it is a low number, definitely lower than, say, like a 392. And I'm not talking about all the 392s lumped together. I'm talking about even one particular production run of those, which generally, I would estimate is like 500 or less. So who knows how low of a number you're going to get down on these things. But the 888s, I know, were extremely limited in quantity. The original 777s, before they made different variations, were extremely low number. I don't know if they're going to make variations of these. If they did, it would be pretty freaking badass. A murdered out one, not going to lie, would be pretty interesting. But I assume that just with all the detailing that goes into making this overall product, this is probably the one we're getting. And I can live with that. That's all we got for now. Thanks for stopping by. Definitely keep an eye on the videos moving forward. We got a couple more pimp jobs as we head into and out of the holiday season. And we'll continue to keep up on these LEs. They recently announced a 392 Bowie. So definitely something I'm going to go for. And keep my eyes on what's out in the horizon. There's still that 427 that's eventually going to drop, I would imagine, next year. The Sinkovich, the Pelican-style Sinkovich. I think that's it as far as what we've got pending on the horizon. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by. Like and subscribe. Peace.